We're less than 2 weeks into the month of April. It was 43 days ago when our staff participated in the Opus Peace training on soul injury and unborn loss. 43 days. A lot has happened in that time. And it may also seem that now, in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic, that it may not feel like the right time to talk about soul injury.
Opus Peace describes soul injury as separation or disconnection from our deepest self. Whether it's trauma that we experienced firsthand or prolonged exposure to secondary trauma, these things may leave us feeling empty, with a loss of meaning, disconnected, isolated, and even feelings of worthlessness and helplessness.
For those who were able to attend one or more sessions during our Opus Peace training, maybe you felt at the time that you did not have a specific or personal experience of trauma or loss to relate to. It can be hard to comprehend soul injury if we don't have any personal experience to relate it to.
But this is exactly why we are sticking with our commitment and our partnership to Opus Peace, because we are all living through this shared experience of COVID-19. As individuals, as members of a healthcare team, as a society, and as a world, we are experiencing collective feelings of helplessness. A lot is happening, and on our own, the problem feels so much bigger than our individuals and talents can address. Opus Peace uses a term called bystander guilt. It's described as being a witness to trauma. We may not be the first responders to the COVID-19 pandemic, but we are impacted at various levels, not only in our personal lives, but also throughout our workday.
At the time of this recording, we do not currently have any patients who have a positive COVID-19 case, but we are very aware of and worry for others that are in our field, the friends and family members who are actively caring for numerous patients that have this virus. Our company has been working diligently to secure adequate PPE for our clinicians, and Mike McMaud has been doing regular fireside chats and updates to keep everyone informed of these ongoing changes. But we are aware of the PPE shortages that our industry is facing, and maybe we feel guilty that others don't have the same access that we do. We respect facility protocols and still grieve the fact that we cannot see our patients. We grieve the fact that our families and patients are not able to see each other during this time.
And this bystander guilt is a form of soul injury. We are in the field of healthcare, and yet we feel disconnected from being able to offer that care to our patients and families in the ways that we previously have. Our work lives and routines have changed, and they will continue to change.
Our home life has changed and will continue to change. The term self-care is thrown around like it's something easy and easily accessible.
As important as self-care is, it looks different now. Everything is different now. This isn't really the time to pick up the pieces and start trying to get back to normal. You might still feel like you're in survival mode, just pushing through from one visit to the next, one conference call to the next, or one email to the next.
Opus Peace has given us a language for this: soul injury. When we feel disconnected and cut off from who we are and what we know about ourselves to be. What does it mean to be a healthcare worker when so many are suffering from a lack of health?
We wanted to bring you this video, this reminder of our ongoing partnership with Opus Peace to let you know what's coming. Not just for us as individual healthcare workers, but for us as a collected team. We're not promising that these videos or workshops are going to fix this worldwide fear situation. And we can't promise that by participating in this partnership that it'll make those feelings of helplessness go away.
But as we move through these unknown days, this is a reminder that we are doing this together. Right now, we are not in person for our Monday meetings. There's less time bumping into a large group of us here at the office. and it's hard to give our coworkers a hug from 6 feet apart in this time of social distancing.
So, in response to a season of social distancing, we are creating space as a company, as a team, for us to come back together. For now, coming together might look like these videos, something to keep us all up to date with information. We're also going to be sending videos that Opus Peace has created specifically for and in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. One video is specifically focused on loss and helplessness, and the other video is the anchoring heart technique that some of us were taught during one of the sessions. And both of these videos will be yours to refer back to again and again. They're a few minutes long. They're mindfulness exercises helping us to pay attention, not only what's going on around us, but what's happening inside of us. And these videos can be used as a reference to help you reset, to recenter, and to allow yourself a moment to integrate all that's happening around you.
Opus Peace reminds us that we cannot expect our patients, whether they are veterans, families of veterans, first responders, or civilians, to do the deep work of healing if we are not willing to do the work ourselves. Part of this work is recognizing the hurt, confusion, loss.
Even in the midst of this pandemic, we can continue to ground ourselves in practices that build our resilience and our hope. We can encourage one another when the days grow ever longer and ever more challenging. And if this much has changed in the past 43 days, imagine what might yet lie before us. We have never done this work of hospice care, of health care. We've never done this work alone. And now is certainly not the time to start. We are here as a team. And now is the time for us to learn from and with and alongside one another.